Such an experienced team, this European side. Very quick clash. Vanya already double swing. Claims 2 for G2.
Early contact over towards Hookah, but look at MIBR. They pushed so far out here towards Fountain, but now they've let the cat out of the bag. Jelly takes a couple of shots over towards that ramp. They're going to head over back towards B, but SRN has gotten in behind. But here's that Sentinel difference. G2's composition allows for the Cypher. And SRN can't get through. Petra finds it timing on the double back.
I like this from G2, just freezing in place right now, allowing more of these MIBR players to expose themselves. Very patient, waiting outside of Hookah at the moment. More than enough time to play with.
Amy here over towards this A side. There is obviously the Viper. Sat here. Jubish though able to make a nice swing instantly. Amy cops one. MIBR, they're really distributed across the map in general. Jelly also pinged out by that Dizzy, wants to send out one of her own here, but the top of the side swarming with G2 players. It doesn't matter. Jelly able to find 2. Keeps MIBR in this pistol. It's Jubish now with the push out. Knows that Mimi set up over towards Hookah. Petra looking to swing on this now. The 2 veterans of G2 goes in now, trying to land the plane in this pistol. We are in the post-pine and Jubish has to get his skates on.
Shots are going awry, but at this point with the crossfire, they should just simply be unwinnable.
I don't know about that one. Petra tries to take that challenge. Mimi being careful. Jubish down now to 39. Not even getting into half quite yet. Mimi needs to have a look at this. And there it is. G2 after winning only 1 out of 6 pistols in their last match. Chomping at the bit to take the fight, but G2 wrap around the corner, try and take the double swing, but Jubish is going to be there to make it a 2-for-1. SRN up on the site now. Rescue needs to come in through elbow. Moshpit should try and disrupt the defuse here, but SRN gets it to half, and Sayuri is ready for the push out of spawn. Now it's up to Mimi with the Sheriff. That's just too much to ask, and MIBR, a clean comeback on their gun.
Falling off towards A. A double rotate. This patience from G2 has confused the defenders.
Yeah, but Jelly's going to be able to stand tall here. Petra goes down as she tries to make her way into Hookah. Eventually that Viper wall's going to come down and make it possible to play from that spot. But Sayori's down. Jubish also. And Jelly forced out by that Sky Smoke for the time being. This will allow for a plant, of course. Rescue clearing a lot of space with the threat of that Showstopper.
The Showstopper really nullified that one stun that Jelly was able to get from the Thrash, trying to use the Prowler as an opportunity to drop from Hookah. Rescue on site. So they go down clean, but no bind there. That should seal this counter Thrash as well. Round should be good as done.
Right. They're going to go for this fight. They still want to fight Jelly. Okay. She's not attempting the defuse right now. Mimi steps up and is quelled. This Molly, of course, is going to make it pretty tough. Yeah, Jelly knows that there's no chance of a defuse here, so take the frags and see if you can get it done. Somehow gets it all.
That tap under the spike was so good.
Timing Mimi tries to draw a bead there on Jelly across the site, and that'll do it. Just Jelly standing now, decayed down, and Mimi finishes the job.
The teleport time, even if that happens, MIBR is still on A.
They've got to go for it now. No choice for G2 but to commit to this, and in they go. Amy trying to set things up on Cyber Cage, but Sayuri with the spray through. That's 3 for her in the round. Jelly hasn't even had to do anything. Petra and Vanya with a TP dive, but they don't have the spike to hand. That's the issue. Split across the map, hoping to get what they can out of this round, but there will be no plant. There will be no attack side win. Now it's going to be a Showstopper straight away, and Rescue blown to smithereens. Orbital strike means that G2 have got to back off again. They're interrupted mid-step. Now they're going to try to go to the A side, and they've got Petra set up here over towards short, but there'll be a one-way throwing down. The Petra has to disrespect, and out from showers come G2 into the line of fire. Melissa is able to find one, and Jelly wants to get ahead of this as well. Wingman thrown out for some scouting, and Sayori needs to reload. Back off into halls. Here comes the plant, but Jelly's playing close here. Vanya staring that smoke down. It's going to be a 1-for-1 immediately as the smoke drops. It's Petra with 2 to take down and 15 points of health. Just how sharp are you? Not sharp enough.
Worked perfectly, but
wow, Jelly just swings out into that. SRN right behind her. They might be out come up with nothing. A bit of damage on Mimi. That's all they've got to report. Okay, this time, yeah, G2 can check to see if there's a presence down long. Nothing here though. MIBR playing all from the back of this site. Remember, an Orchid Vibe, a Bulldog here, and a Sheriff for Jubish. See what MIBR can extract from this round.
At this point, not a whole lot. It doesn't really matter. We're getting way too close to the end of the half, and G2 still have way too much money.
She's still gunning for you.
We genuinely need to do something round winning for this to matter. Gets the second Thrash, yeah. GG will send it on over to the next one. Going for an aggressive early round play like MIBR did, it's just not going to work with G2's current approach to this attack half, which is patience. It is simply patience. And it looks like they want to get towards that shower orb as SRN takes the engagement on short. What a first kill. A bit quiet this game.
SRN doesn't want to give up that space, nor does Melissa here. MIBR putting the line of scrimmage very far forward on this A side, but eventually G2 are going to be able to make their way through. Sayori down. SRN, good timing. Vanya will be dealt with, sat in that cubby. The neural theft, though, will reveal the flanking player here, or the one coming back through small, but SRN is allowed to take these fights. Maybe doesn't swing it. Okay.
On this here, and it's a try play. Showstopper in, but way too far as SRN. They want to swing on this, so Jelly and the rest of the team follow up immediately. So confident.
The raw firepower is unreal, but Mimi gives as good as she gets. Wingman to get the plant, and Mimi wants to get ahead of this intervents.
But how could you possibly deal with the Thrash in a situation like this? It's going to be so challenging to win this 1v2 out.
Playing a close corner as well means she won't have a chance to fire at Thrash as he approaches. Somehow, Mimi needs to catch Jelly by surprise. That's not happening. Here comes Thrash. It's a problem! Mimi able to avoid it somehow. Now looks to back away. Still has a mosh pit to work with, but takes the fight. And the double fakes there from MIBR was a little too much.
Multiple players are swinging out of shower with the Dizzy. That is nice.
SRN is able to find Vanya with the paint shells. Petra! Oh my, Petra! More than that would have been absolutely absurd. Two, and Melissa equaling her frag total, I think, from the first half and its first round of the second. You see Amy now having to go solo. Melissa back behind triple. You got a player in showers and on short. Standard setup here for MIBR, and for Amy with nothing but a classic. It's going to be like playing whack-a-mole. SRN ends it. Of course, a chance to get those weapons in hands for G2. SRN getting a bit exploratory with it. Oh, Wingman just kicked on all of them. Oh dear, that's not good at all.
You have to be joking. You have got to be joking. G2
from U-Hall, and Vanya doesn't know where to look. SRN close with a judge. That's one. Vanya eventually steps up to take control of that part of the map now. It's Mimi playing from behind shower. Needs to take the brim out of this position, and the Wingman gets her there. Now, odds in G2's favor, but time is ticking. Jelly adamant about staying inside halls, and Melissa makes a beautiful little swing to the left. It's now a 1 versus 1. Vanya, clutch queen for G2. Has to find a way to overcome Jelly at full health with all the stall util that they need to stop this. Now some jump peaks, we get it to half. Vanya can't really get this done. Jelly gets it with a right click, but in a second, Wingman again gets his value. No time really to play with Petra's. Oh, what was that? Again? She goes for it. Like there's a high percentage chance of that actually happening again. Can clear this. She is having issues clearing it, but that's fine. Boxes would have protected from it too much spam anyway. Here's the Dizzy at the back of the site. Wingman gets in. Amy infected. SRN's able to follow it up. Spike picked up. Gonna go down in just a moment here now. Still 3 players up for G2 after a great start to the round, and Vanya puts this one to bed before it gets out of hand.
Towards A, no shower control for MIBR, so it's going to be an explosion down short and a late alert for Javish in the shower.
The one-way might come a little bit late here, and that's gonna be SRN down in rescue off the rip. Jelly with the Guardian. Leaves Petra now in a position where she has to frag. Jelly finds yet another one with that weapon. And it's gonna be Wingman, plant, Thrash, go kill. Amy's brought down inside U-Hall.
Absolutely cooked. I mean, that exec was so strong from MIBR.
Start to dissipate. And then it's going to get real again. Petra has this Nightfall. Can't ask for much more than that for G2. You're going to have to work with it. But this is going to be forced back now as the neural theft comes in. Jelly wall banged low. C's thrown out just ahead of her. It's Petra finding yet another one now from the back of this A side. G2 are going to start to come forward. Jubic is low. She needs to play off someone else. The Viper wall. Sayori sits behind it and interrupts the defuse. Jubic down. That's 3 for Petra for those that are keeping track at home. And Rescue can't do much, but Petra will find her 4th. And Sayori has to go 1v2 to win it. And that is a banger of an ace from Petra to keep G2 in the map. The early, though, easy enough to bring it down, and Mimi will respect Jelly's positioning. Wingman, she'll try and play off of it. Oh, what a tap! Jelly was ready for it. Now, at some point, G2 have to make the choice. Is this worth committing to any further? Set up on the site as they are. Jelly is still healthy and emerges for a 3rd. It's going to be more. Another Thrash to the site to stop a potential defuse. Vanya's brought down and Petra at 6. No ace this time around as MIBR get to map point. Here's Dizzy, MIBR know they've got the weapon advantage, and in they go, but Amy had an off angle on the corner. She sees them cross. Someone, they've not called her out. Amy runs out of bullets. Finds 2 kills for her troubles, though still there's a lot to be done for G2. Rescue finds the showstopper, but cannot connect, and MIBR will take Bind 13-8. We're going to set up now, of course, over towards main to make sure that's one less angle they're going to worry about. Here we go, Rescue in, and a perfect landing. At the 10 from the judges, SRN brought down Jelly, though, has been incredible over the course of this series so far, and this one is no different, clearly. Jubish going to take that kill away on Mimi, but Jelly is still a problem. Right clicks, deadly at this range, but Vanya takes care of the offending Sky. Melissa from heaven to hell in a matter of seconds.
Does fade, falls back with the nade, though.
Great paranoia, yeah, you can play the Noia off this. Okay, crouch there for Jubish, and that is very noisy. What? Okay. There was a contingency there, at least for G2. 1 for 1, we move on. Guiding Light gets him into heaven now. Rescue happy to give up the angle, but Amy's going to be pretty exposed on the side here. She's playing very, very close. Here's the drop, but looks skyward instead. SRN is able to find 2 kills as they simply bully their way onto the side.
Those Juju players are just getting dismantled, a little bit out of sync, but certainly undergunned as well. It's Petra with the 1 hero, Vandal, who mechanically was outlandish on map 1.
Player standing.
Okay. Can Petra do more to make this a respectable bonus here for G2? 3 kills already for SRN. Player on Rafter, Petra has to take the challenge, and a mighty 4 kills for SRN. As MIBR have a chance now, harder for the middle of the map. Petra here, she's about to see 2. Okay, no flash in her direction anyway. Spray transfer doesn't quite get there. Sayori though, a little bit low and doesn't have much more to do over at A. Now it's SRN fighting from heaven once more. No real presence from Rescue on that side. Here's the swing though. This is going to be a little bit nasty in a second for SRN. They're going to be surrounded by 2 players. Vanya steps up first and Rescue with perfect swing timing. Those fundamentals again shine through for G2.
That was excellent. They have displayed patience in the right moments, and Rescue tallies up the last one. Lacking, you're not going to be really running into the trips here already. I mean, this is so fast. Paranoia into the showstopper, instant catch onto Mimi. MIBR just fully committed to running through Mayo.
God, these breach lines have been very, very good. Amy can't do much more than the SRN kill at the moment. Jelly sends the rather the Trailblazer. Now 2 players up on rafters here. MIBR have control of this B site now.
Seekers, showstopper as well. The Rescue can pop to follow up off the information that'll be gained from the Sky Ultimate.
I heard that showstopper come out. Amy doesn't need one. No, and what a TP from Melissa. Okay, Amy gets 4 in the round so far, and there's more to be done. It will be Sayori falling last. Petra takes it.
Could be exposing the holes in other areas of the map. The Seekers go out, the wall gets broken. A lot of pressure now onto the side. SRN is caught. Petra on the angle.
Yep, running straight into a Sonic Center there, Wyatt. Nothing SRN could have done about it. Jelly now looking to beat his second wave, and Petra down to just as easy.
Spike down A.
Petra looking at another ace. MIBR finally get those guns back. But they really make it clear what they're trying to do. It's so telegraphed when you have to break through all of that deadlock. Util, Wyatt, and the Seekers were thrown out too. You can't fast hit against this deadlock.
No, you just can't. It's
30
so
seconds
tough.
left.
You never know how much utility you're going to be running into, how much you have to clear. What a nightmare that is for your duelist player. You have to satchel into the minefield. You don't know where to look. You have to focus on trying to find an entry as well. Not a fun role to be in.
10 seconds left.
Set up here for Vanya to see Melissa. Yeah, we're giving it to Pel. Amy!
Oh, that...
You have some explaining to do, I think.
You know, you can just see these simple setups where, again, it's Vanya with this defensive paranoia. It's not being used as a proactive tool, a reactive one to just get info and then pull back and over on this H side. Wow, SRN fast on the engagement. That is mental to get into the site so quick.
G2 are feeling confident now. They're actually going for these explores with limited information, whereas before they would just fall back and give ground. MIBR able to exploit this, even without Sayori actually holding that line for the fault line. Vanya spotted out here deep down ramp. Some ultimates to work with here, but Vanya really doesn't like what she sees there on the ramp. Back to heaven now. So Jelly's the one playing to watch that push down. Tentative here for Amy. Has to know SRN is up on that corner now. With the dark cover, should expect a swing. Amy takes a hit from it now. Paranoia also comes in, but Vanya here can play a double swing off this doorway. It's really a contain play here for G2, as now they've pretty much run out of time.
Yeah, at this point, just try and deal with damage they can. Their economy is out of control. Just take guns away.
But the economy looking as good as it does for G2. They're not too upset about this. Get a couple guns away. And coming down here, Sayori lets that one go, and this will clear Heaven entirely. So SRN can transition to the side. Rescue had an opportunity there. They don't know Rescue is here, despite the fact that she took the shot. She'll fight too from this hell position. And now the Annihilation catches on to Zhubish. And that's the round there and then. MIBR thought they had the run of the place. They don't realize Rescue is waiting for them in the 7th circle.
Look at this. SRN actually exploring towards the Unleash. Bish just caught by Rescue, and all of a sudden, MIBR, they're going to get retake on from all angles.
Yeah. Petra going to flash the team in now. Plenty of info off that. Amy is ready to throw down, but Sayuri is able to trade it back, finding her 4th. Yeah, another guiding light. Petra needs to take a fight, but SRN is going to be there. And my goodness, MIBR! Like mastiffs in the sight. And so much. SRN's able to get right back over towards ropes. He's nothing. But there's Petra. Holds her ground. Melissa tries to have a peek on it. Screens is now very well held with a lot of that deadlock util there as well. And Amy is tucked here on this corner. Oh, she wants to fight. Gets to. Sayuri now on the wrong side of the dark cover. Will take the plunge and try and salvage this pistol for MIBR. But there are 3 or 4 angles that she needs to be aware of. And Mimi brings it down.
We're up any opportunity for any of the players with the classics to find a kill, but unfortunately,
that is exactly what happened.
That simply has occurred on your screen right now, and all of a sudden, this is tough. Things are looking tough, except there's still no gun recovery. There's still 4 classics. It is the MIBR death ball on the roam.
Yeah, there's no chance. Look at where the G2
no, Amy,
corpses
no.
are. Amy on that's another classic kill! So it ain't so wide, River. Here they come, all through Spawn, and Jelly gets yet another.
Them to have fallen back. Engagement with Amy, though. Amy is so aware of the potential re-clear. Watching that flank, neural theft active as well.
Plenty here to be shot at for Melissa. She's only going to get the one, though, and into the site they go. That's a flash on the top side as Jelly tries to drop in and get involved. Now it's just Sayori with MIBR having enough money for a buy in the next. It is a shaky G2 economy that's going to be heavily bolstered by a clean round here. So Sayuri would love a gun or 2 to be taken away. But no more than that, G2 get to 10. The Petra would normally want to try and play her out. That'll be cleared here. Still no Heaven presence for MIBR. They're going to flood here from screens. SRN is freaking me out. They're so low when they cross. They get the showstopper kill. Now the Annihilation comes in. They are released. The Rescue is waiting on the angle. Paranoia comes in, but Mimi's got the double face down. Good crossfire set up here for G2 in a 3v3. Vanya on site. Mimi still doggedly holding that position over towards elbows. Melissa trying to fire in through the kiosk, but Mimi has the timing. Vanya down, but G2 emerge with 2 rifles and 11 rounds. Does get grab netted though, and SRN might be forced to fight here. God, they really want to control this orb! And SRN makes heads roll.
Towards Vale, Amy feeling a ton of pressure. Ultimate's being exchanged now as well.
Okay, here come the Seekers thrown out. Jelly's going to be able to take that kill from Heaven. Oh, and the drop down. Amy is felled. Mimi does get into Heaven at the very least, and Rescue is right there with her. The Annihilation is active right now, and Mimi goes down. SRN is dealt with. Then there's Jelly again, just so clean with it. Posturing towards Heaven. This has got to happen pretty soon, though. MIBR have to make the play. Geronimo, they say. Vanya ready for Zhubish there on that high ground. Vanya playing close with the TP across, but there will be Petra ready to swing on this now. Oh, grab net. That's pretty ugly. Gonna have to pull those out at some point, and you won't have time to get the defuse. G2, Mo, MIBR down, and take us to a map 3.
They're up quick towards a fighting towards elbow. Paranoia from Vanya is perfect though, and finds 1 for 2. The rest of the players are actually just trying to fight this crossfire still.
MIBR, though, cut down to size. Just Sayori and Melissa left to work with. Vanya doubles back to the corner, says, no, I'm fighting this. I'm sick of MIBR just, getting into my house and stealing my cookie jar.
Petra can just give this up for now, fall back. You still have Mimi to play with. You have that utility for a retake situation to try and, fault line maybe off of the spike tap, or just gather up, scale back in as the 3-2 that you should be trading out against and winning out against.
So the pace, understandably, has slowed down a little bit. Petra gets a hit there. Big one, dropping Sayori down to 13. See backside get cleared here. Well, they might be about to realize that G2 actually pulled off the site in its entirety. Play from Link here, nice little fault line connection, but Sayori's still gonna be able to get the plant down. now getting some util of her own ready to go as Amy and Petra on this crossfire. In they come. Forced back by the flash. Now we'll have a crack at it. Melissa throwing shots out here, trying to suppress them as much as possible. Mimi just walks into a headshot. And out to 1 versus 2, and Petra will be on the line. Calling an ambulance, not for her, but for you. Here by Melissa, they are fully committed to this split. Only 2 players inside the side for G2, and Amy's going to be overwhelmed instantly. Jubish brings Mimi down, and all of a sudden, no resistance remaining for the defenders at B.
I mean, what is that? We spoke of the curse, and suddenly it's activated into a 5-on-3. 2-man deficit. They do have the Bulldogs, though. Rescue trying to close in. Patrick's the first. Just pure spam through the smoke. Good opening.
He's been so consistent. The game sense for his smoke shots has been fantastic. But Rescue there steps up with a better weapon and is down by Jelly. Finding with a TP. Yeah, that did not expect that.
I don't know about that. That's a little bit too risky to go for, but I suppose in a situation like that, any risk is maybe worth taking. You're down by such a significant deficit. Disastrous.
Okay, Dizzy there. Dealt with by Rescue now. A couple of shots through the smoke. SRN comes away with one of them. It's going to be Vanya with the right click. She's able to get to safety back behind the box, and Rescue takes some liberties. Spike goes loose. Jubish though able to recover it. As Vanya will still be feeling the pinch. Sayuri gets in there with the judge. And now we have a slowdown.
30 seconds left.
Tripwire does see G2 coming now.
Amy walked into it purposely as well to expose that it's the Cypher there, so maybe just going to be the one, but Petra is in tow.
Mimi set up, has some util to work with. 2 flashpoints and an aftershock up for the breach now. Again, the double util retake is pretty darn nice for G2 to work with. Melissa's under pressure and it's going to be Mimi that takes it down. Jubish gets in from the top of mid and it's all up to Petra. Halves it. Swing. Takes a bit of damage and Petra now is in this. Headshot to Jubish. Around the corner. Goes the Prowler. Sayuri falls! What a comeback for Petra! Drifting each other back and forth.
And then swing back when Rescue is fighting.
And just check it raw. The contact from SRN goes horribly wrong. Sayuri was able to win out that raw fight, and around the corner, Dizzy gets the job done. Here's a Rolling Thunder. It's going to catch on to Petra as she absconds.
Yeah, the Dizzy just completely nullifies the attempt at that kind of setup specifically because it's going to flash those multiple players and reveal them. The danger of doing that against a Gecko is shown right there.
Still, you have double initiator on a retake. Petra's used all of her util though. Mimi has it to burn. Listen, no need to overcommit to that. Sayuri is going to be caught behind the box here, but no mechanism from G2 to dig around yet outside of that aftershock. Melissa doesn't see either Amy or Petra. And there goes Mimi. MIBR back in it. These 2 teams are throwing absolute haymakers at each other. Oh dear, the new box is not being checked, and Petra has it all at her fingertips. Sayuri challenges it at least, evens the odds a little bit, but in goes Rescue. Amy's able to find that one with a classic. And okay, I guess we're just going to thrift each other over and over and over again. It's Melissa fighting Rescue, who is inside that dark cover. Boba is effectively clear. It's Melissa and Jubish trying to play the old school post-plant setup. There's a cam here to play off of as well. Out trots Mimi. All of G2 starting to converge now upon that spike. A one-way thrown down. It's so annoying now with that box in place. Melissa actually TP'd into a paranoia. Amy with the stick. Vanya and Mimi get involved and guarantee the defuse. He's looking at it. Yeah, they've said, oh no! Not again!
Oh, this one even more this time!
Well, sometimes disasters occur in 3s, folks, and Petra has gutted MIBR in the middle of the map with the old sneaky beaky sit behind the box strat. Neutralize her. Amy might have a timing here. It's perfect. But Sayuri is very quick on the flick.
Rescue wants to try to find a timing on this and slips into the site, distracted by the wingman temporarily. Neural theft popped as well.
Jubis spraying there through that cyber cage. Spike is now down. 3 players for G2 to work with. The Rescue's able to find Jubis in. Okay, we are going for the overdrive. Sayuri pinged out by a horn over on the side here. Rescue stretching that LG to its limits. That's going to be Petra getting involved. Good trades here from G2. They have some presence on the site now. Jelly needs to be dug out, and Melissa wants to get ahead of this dark cover, but Jelly's caught with util in her hands, and Melissa caught with the stars in her eyes. They're actually caught onto Rescue in the end. Jelly tucked here at the back of the side. Here is that Rolling Thunder coming through. It's MIBR looking to make use of it. Sayuri lets it go, and Melissa's able to find 2 off the back of it. Jelly still pushed up here. Wingman dealt with by Petra now. 1 versus 3. And she's able to get her first, get ahead of the fault line, but down to 41. This is a big job, but Sayuri is low, very low. A tap, a push-up. Petra is her! She is unchained! And a defuse here gets G2 out to 6. This is getting unreasonable.
Where are you?
I'm in control here. MIBR are pushing up. Mimi has to be ready for it. Great adjustment. SRN though gets through and makes it a 1-for-1, but finally set a trade. G2 up in numbers defensively. Amy very sharp.
Spike down B.
This round's going to be very quickly dismantled here as Zhubish has to make it work with the Guardian. Meanwhile, the raid buff Petra on the other side of that wall, just biding her time. It's going to be a multi-swing here out from Boba. Zhubish has to respect the paranoia. Now, though, too many heads to shoot at. G2 get their 7th.
Yeah, I was going to say, Petra biding her time. She will not be swinging
Easy
from this
one.
box. She is always playing safe, always playing intelligently.
She
And that's why she gets free kills like that.
She knows Sayuri's there as well. The fall line doesn't hit her. In fact, the one that comes from Mimi is devastating. Now, Melissa is a sitting duck. That swing for Vanya, she gets the job done. 3 for the Omen. And G2, okay, now they're starting to clear. In with a quick satchel on the side here. Stinger though, they've got to get up close and Petra slaps her down. Not today.
I know exactly.
Ooh, Jelly, okay, sorry. Okay, 3 off the Sheriff, now you're online. Thrash deployed here, jumping in towards Boba. Vanya pinged out there as well. They might be spending a lot here to try and get this round. They've also went for the neural theft just now. But again, they've got to back away and play a post plant here.
Play a post plant. They have not the best weapons for this range. Mosh will delay at least a bit, but
There's a one-way here.
and the numbers should be overwhelming. The health should be overwhelming. One straight bullet will send Mimi to the grave.
Right, TP across now. MIBR trying to defeat the one-way, but Vanya's going to be there. Jelly with 4, and here's Vanya. A chance for her 4th too. Still time to work with. Another smoke available in just a moment. Drawing Melissa out of position. It's just a shoulder pick. Good patient play. Now she might have to stick. Just to the right. Melissa doesn't know. We're at half and counting. Melissa has to stop her, and Vanya said, "Thanks for coming. I'll be taking the round."
Goes down, but what does it even mean in the end?
Time they go for the showstopper. Mimi gets there, and here it is. Vanya on the side again. What a menace! What a hellion! Okay, it's a 10-2 half here for G2. Amy, though, this is a nasty little spot, but there's just too many things to look at. SRN, bullet right between the eyes of Amy, and in to market we go.
Just strayed a few steps too far. Far too many angles to watch from players from MIBR that might be rotating from A, and there's that dark cover in the main. They're going to pull out of market, but the paranoia will stifle them temporarily.
And a lot of those flashes coming out now. Vanya paranoid for the time being. Aftershock though on the spike location as Wingman tries to get in there. It's SRN on the swing. SRN to try and salvage things here for MIBR. Sayuri has to step up herself now. Rescue's going to dive into the fog, head first into the smoke. Sayuri's going to be there. It's going to be Mimi to salvage now, but Jelly gets ahead of the defuser. To catch on to at least 2 players, but Rescue's going to be forced back. Player on the corner was pretty nasty, but Petra, even on the back foot, can bring 2 down. Sayuri would just suspect it here. Now one way going to be thrown up here, but there's a big move for G2 into elbow now. Reinforcements are on the way, and Amy might be in just the position to stymie them from Link.
And now Sayuri is feeling a lot of pressure, gets a dark cover for safety to try and rotate back into the site if necessary, as Rescue dashing close, low HP, trying to space for the rest of her teammates to get that plant in. It's going to go down on default.
Melissa wants to pay off his paranoia, but the smokes are still in the way. Amy, great positioning there. Able to see Sayuri over towards the Link side now, and there it is. But it might be dedicated 2 players to that part of the map that are going to be a little ways away from helping via Boba, and now MIBR been locked into the side with that dark cover. Fast lane up here for Rescue. Zhubish wants to get close to the cyber cage. Rescue's going to have a double face to deal with. One for Zhubish is going to be traded out. Here's Melissa, but she's very, very low. She's going to find one. She's going to have to be enough as Jelly steps in. They've been a bit quiet of the last part of that last half, but now back into the action. And Mimi still brings it down. Need to play off any sort of cam contact, and in comes the fault line. Rescue affected by it, but she's able to get to the left just in time. Okay, here's the Nightfall. Zhubi's playing pretty far forward. Rescue says, I am here for the fight. Finds 2. Melissa might have been stood behind her. It's unclear, but both were heavily affected by that initiator util. And now MIBR are down to 3. 2 of them, well, one of them has a rifle. It's just Jelly. Okay, Mimi's going to be detained there, and no one's able to play off of it for G2. That's essentially a free kill, but Vanya is good for it. SRN is down. 2 versus 3 now as Jelly gets some action going. Vanya, again, the patience, it's signature, and it's crippling there for MIBR. And EMEA's darlings secure yet another upper final.
That was just
complete annihilation on Sunset. The score on Split, I don't think indicates how strong G2 looked there either. 2 maps where they are an utter force on in this tournament. There's certainly been some ups and downs, both in this series and the last. But when we're seeing them at their peak, they are as deadly as ever.